Our story begins with a team of 4 paranormal investigators making their way through a dense forest. As they walked, they noticed disembodied shadows darting between the trees, following them. But as soon as the old circular schoolhouse came into view, the shadows vanished. At the trailhead, they passed abandoned cars, grim reminders of others who had visited the schoolhouse and supposedly never returned. The schoolhouse, built in 1906 and abandoned in 1974, was a wreck. Its windows were shattered, and the front door was splintered, a victim of time and harsh weather. From a distance, the large bay windows on either side of the gaping double doors made the building look like a monstrous face with its mouth hanging open. Inside, everything was frozen in time. Desks sat in neat rows, covered in a thick blanket of dust. At the back of the room, tables were still stacked with books, their pages limp and their words obscured by decay. A long, rickety staircase spiraled up to the second floor, groaning under the investigators' weight with every step. This was in 2012. The team was armed with EMF meters, motion sensors, and cameras. Almost immediately, their equipment went wild. The EMF meters picked up strange electromagnetic fluctuations, and they all felt sudden, intense cold spots. Their motion sensors were triggered by movement that was completely invisible to the naked eye. They all agreed. The place was teeming with restless spirits. That is, until they reached the last room at the end of the hall on the second floor. Unlike the rest of the school, this room was pristine. The wallpaper was bright and clean, not peeling. The thick dust that covered everything else was gone. The cold spots vanished, and all their meters fell silent. Most bizarrely, the windowless room was brightly lit. The source of the light was a shimmering, oval-shaped portal humming in the far corner. Stunned and snapping pictures, the team slowly backed out of the room, descended the treacherous stairs, and ran from the building. As they retraced their path through the woods, the shadows returned, following them all the way back to their van. Later, they published their findings in the local newspaper. The authorities were concerned enough to temporarily close the path to the schoolhouse. But when the police investigated, they found nothing. The rooms were dusty and cluttered. The staircase was dangerously unstable. But the room at the end of the hall was dark and empty. There was no shimmering portal. The police reopened the path, declaring there was no evidence of paranormal activity. After a follow-up article dismissed their claims as a hoax, the investigative team disbanded. They never returned to the round schoolhouse, leaving us to wonder what they really saw in that clean, windowless room. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more myths and mysteries from our strange world.